What's up, everybody? I'm the Showbill. If you don't know who I am, I've been creating content on YouTube regularly now for a little over a year. Originally started the channel a couple of years or a few years back. Had to stop for a while. That's neither here nor there as pertaining to what this video is about. But I've actually talked to you all before about some of the issues that have arisen with YouTube. And it's been a thing that other content creators much larger than myself have also come out with theirs, and I've even reviewed a few of those. One of them being specifically Cory Kenshin's last review that he did on the YouTube biases or possible racism. The crazy thing about this today is that I had made probably 3 to 4 other videos talking about this, as well as streaming and speaking about these instances that I've been running into with YouTube and their copy claim and copyright system as a whole. You're probably watching this video well over a week after I actually created it because, well, at the point in time of recording this, I'm grounded right now by YouTube due to yet another false claim. This video could technically be broken down into 2 or 3 different videos because I'm going to talk about the flaws in their copy system and then some of the other content that should be removed from the platform based on their TOS that's not. So to get into this situation, I was streaming one night back in August, in fact, and the stream went down. Not only did the stream go down, I had no notification of this until hours later, and when I did find out about it, I went ahead and tried to reach out to people at YouTube, which we all know is absolutely nearly impossible to do. But I remembered someone, telling me try this route, and so I did. In doing so, I got a essentially automated message initially until I continuously beat on the door, so to speak, and someone finally answered, and then they went through and they said that my appeal was denied through YouTube, etc., etc. So I went through and I found the company that had made the claim, what the claim was pertaining to, and the thing about it was that the claim was made showing deceptive practices. And I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with anything that was going on with my stream? Of course, I look back at everything because I had been streaming on 2 platforms at that point in time, and I typically record some of the streams in order to make sure that there's no issue. And that night, I had done just that. In this case, I caught my first warning due to that incident. Now, after going back and actually contacting the company that made the claim against me, doing research, finding out that it was not just a false claim, but an illegitimate claim, being that, number one, let's say that this was a court of law and that was taken in as part of evidence, it would have been tainted evidence as a whole because the initial claim was invalid. So, with that being said, I then contacted the company and told them, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You don't own that song. In fact, not only do you not own that song, I have the license to said song. If we go and we take a look right now at the original claim and then look at what it shows on my stream, my live history, you will now see that there are no copy claims on that video. The company released the claim, removed it because they knew they were wrong. But YouTube still left that warning on there. That warning, of course, means that if any other situation comes up, I don't get a warning. Instead, what will happen is I'll get a strike. And that's what happened next. That's the reason why now you're watching this easily at least a week later, because I couldn't upload, I couldn't live stream, I couldn't do anything due to that infraction. Sorry, the phone never stops. But with that being said, this time when it happened, there was zero notification again until a couple of hours later, but there was absolutely no notice as to who claimed it, what the claim was for, all beyond me getting notice from YouTube and saying again, deceptive practices. And that's a bit of a problem because you have no claim against me for deceptive practices. Someone made a copy claim against my content again, as it's happened before. And let me say this before I go any farther. Not one of my actual content, my videos that I created, have a copy strike against them. And every single one of them that I created, when it comes to video content, I fought and won every dispute and appeal. As far as streams go, initially I allowed those to just, whatever. I'm not monetized, anything like that. It is what it is. But then I figured, I'm like, no, it's not right for me to allow these people to do this. And so I fought them, and I disputed them, and I appealed them, and I've won by far more than them than I've actually lost. And not to mention, the ones that I've quote unquote lost, I've gone through and done the appeals to, and they've relinquished it. So, back to what I was saying. All of a sudden, I'm hit with the exact same thing again on the stream that I did on September 15th. But this time, there's no notice of who it's from, what the content is that's being claimed, and simply a deceptive practices ruling from YouTube, which means that someone went in and abused their system yet again. And this is what the problem is. YouTube allows for companies to go ahead and abuse their copyright system. Not just companies, but other content creators. Some content creators who may not like you, who may not like what you say. And if they put it under the guise of any one specific thing, there are certain things that will get you dinged harder than anything else. If it was simply a claim, it should have been a claim that was made on the stream. YouTube likes to say that they don't get involved in copy claims and disputes. However, it is you getting involved when you go ahead and you just shut down an individual stream at any point in time based on a claim that's made, whether frivolously or validly. You are involving yourself at that point in time when you shut down someone's stream. At that very point, you're saying without checking it, if your system and its algorithm registers something, it can automatically shut down the stream. Now, there's a problem with your system and your algorithm, and that problem is this. Anyone can upload anything saying that they own it, and your system detects something that is within another video, and during a stream, it can automatically just go ahead and claim it. Well, here's the problem with that. The very company, one of the very companies that I fought against and shot the appeal at, letting them know that if they did not remove it, I would take legal recourse with them. They had done just that very thing. They uploaded music to YouTube, claiming that it belonged to them. It did not. I had the license and the proof of the license to use it. I did the research myself, and it's not that simple when it comes to that. Looked up the actual company, looked up their YouTube channel, found that the song that was being claimed wasn't even the right song that was on the channel, but they said that they owned that one as well, which guess what? They absolutely did not. It's really easy to cheat, beat, and abuse that system that you all have set up there when it comes down to your algorithm and its recognition software. A great deal of times, I don't believe there's a single human that ever goes in and actually looks at. I have to kill my phone right now because that's just not going to stop. I apologize. Everyone watching this, I apologize. But I don't like doing a lot of editing to my videos. I speak very straightforward, very directly, straight off the cuff because I know what it is that I'm talking about. But when it comes to that whole situation, YouTube takes this stance that somehow they're not involved, even though they are involved. Whereas in any event, when someone's streaming, and if no one's, you know, committing a crime, a harmful crime, something along the lines of that, they should have no reason to shut down anyone's stream. Because by that point, you haven't allowed any dispute to happen. You haven't allowed the appeals process to take place. A human isn't even reviewing the stream at that point. You're relying on a system that is easily abused. That's an issue. I don't believe that humans even review most of the appeals that come in. They go through too quickly. You make an appeal directly to YouTube, and 3 to 5 minutes later, on a 3.5 hour plus video or stream, it's denied. What? Excuse me? How? How? You have to have some form of magic going on there. Voodoo that only you do, that no one else understands. It's ridiculous. To make matters worse, though, the things that are actually against TOS should be shut down are some of the acts that could be most horrendous on the platform, or considered to be most horrendous on the platform. YouTube allows just, to go through freely. In fact, I'm going to show you these video clips and some images from YouTube channels that are up right now that are fully monetized. A couple of these young ladies actually have silver and gold play buttons in some of their videos sitting behind them. There are ads on the videos, meaning that they are monetized, numerous followers, and what are they doing? Get naked on screen. But YouTube doesn't block, ban, strike against them. In fact, those are the actual things that should have the channel shut all the way down immediately. So what's the difference here? Where's the bias at? Well, one thing I can say is that you're allowing an algorithm to take over something that humans should actually, look at. And the humans that are supposedly there at YouTube obviously aren't, looking at this sort of material. And if they are, you guys aren't banning it. It's a little bit of a problem. You all have this whole idea that you can shut people down for what they say, but you allow nudity and borderline fucking pornography on your platform that goes out to kids. Most will probably ask, how'd you even find that? Well, I told this story quite some time ago on stream. Friends' kids found this. At one point in time, the young woman that I was actually with, her kid has found some shit on YouTube that I was like, wow, well, this is interesting. But when my friends, kids found this, they sent it to me and they were like, bro, did you know? How is this even on here? Well, after taking a look at that video, YouTube then turned around and started pushing to me individuals doing the same exact thing. How is it that they don't know? How is it possible, YouTube, that you don't know that this is happening on your platform? I don't get it. How is it possible that you think it's okay to shut down an individual while they're in the middle of a stream. Some people do this and it is their literal, only source of income. It is their livelihood. You shut down their streams, ban their content, ban their voices based on the fact that someone made a false claim. Yet, you can't clean up your own platform with the thousands upon thousands of individuals showing pornography. I mean, if you look at some of these pictures here, the reason why they're all blurred out is because this old ass woman has her whole butt cheek wide open and vagina just throwing it off, showing it off for the whole entire world to see. Hell, in a couple of these pictures, she got her finger in her butthole. The young lady on the other hand here, well, guess what? She's just pulling her panties right off to the side. These quote unquote yoga videos, these people who are out here cleaning in see-through tops. Now, see, you can't be mad at the people for doing it. And that's not what I'm getting at here. In fact, you know what, boo? Do you. Do you. Because you know what? If suckers are out here paying you for it and following you, by the way, to links that are of adult nature on YouTube, which is against TOS, again, to have those forms of links on YouTube to promote yourself, to promote your OnlyFans, your fucking Pornhubs, your Chatterbaits, and all the way down the line. But they're doing it, and YouTube allows it. Keep doing what you do. Suckers are willing to watch and help you get paid. But YouTube, shame on you for not actually cleaning up your system. Everyone had an issue at one point in time where it came out, the whole ad apocalypse. All right, ads, companies don't want to be on, these types of videos that are they're not family friendly and so on and so forth. A lot of people wanted to blame it on one specific individual. We all know who that is, Pews. Did I blame him for it? Nah, because you know what? YouTube opened up the gates for it. You gave people the key to the kingdom. They fucking ran with it. You then go ahead and you put some form of a lockdown on it, which then destroys people's ad revenue, which then goes around and makes it harder for most creators to really shine on your platform. You made it more watch time, more subscribers, more work put in. I guess really to prove that they wanted to go somewhere with it. And I can get that. But then you went ahead and you let stuff like that just go through. This is the reason why I said this could have been a multi-part video. I'm kind of condensing all of it down into one as quickly as possible so as not to rant, rave, or anything else like that. But the real point that I'm getting at here is your entire system is flawed. You like to act as though it's not. You like to act as though these things don't happen, that people can't abuse your system, that there's no way that the creators could actually be right in the things that they say. The problem with that is that you're wrong. You are 100% wrong in that belief. You're also wrong in saying that you don't interject in battles of copy claims or copy strikes. You inherently, immediately take the side of the individual making the claim, especially when you go and allow your system to shut down someone's stream based on a claim that they cannot even fight at that point in time with no notification as to what the claim was even about or whom it came from. I guess this is simply to go ahead and let you guys know, number one, why I've been gone for easily the last week, which of course pushes me farther out of the algorithm that I'm already not even fully into, because I haven't hit the 1,000 subscriber mark yet, which is very, very funny, because considering prior to this happen, all of a sudden my streams were reaching quite a few people, every time I got on. The YouTube, community was there with me, and I was gaining more and more views, more and more subscribers, and even noticed analytically what the community I guess I represent is, and it's quite diverse. I just found out nearly at 40% female viewership as well. Quite interesting. It's a very rare thing for, I think, a lot of male streamers, honestly. Especially considering some of the things that we can talk about on my stream and things like that. But that may be neither here nor there, except for the fact that now I'm farther pushed down because, of course, I haven't uploaded anything in at least a week by this point. And I have a strike against me, which I'm sure pushes me even farther down in the graces of the YouTube system. You guys really do make it hard to believe that you don't have some form of bias, when I can show you a great deal of women online showing their bodies for viewers, for subscribers, for play buttons, and to promote themselves on other adult sites that again are against TOS policy with YouTube. And the fact that any video that I've ever shown on a stream, during a review, during the actual process of reacting, reviewing, and actually adding something to the content, those creators, those videos, no strikes, they're still online, but you've not only given me a strike, but you destroyed and removed the content altogether. It makes it even harder to think, and I didn't want to think this. I said this when I watched Cory Kenshin's video as well. I said this prior when I made the 2 or 3 other videos on this very topic, that I hoped somewhere along the lines that, look, it can't be because I'm a creator of color. Please don't let it be that. But God damn it, you guys make it very hard to think anything but. Because the names of individuals that I can call out right now that have these sorts of issues with you all, every one of those creators that I have seen are of color, are African American in descent, whether wholly or partially. And that's just a fact. My biggest thing, I guess, with this is to say to you, YouTube, you need to correct your system. And if you're going to stay out of these claims, stay out of them. Actually, let the system that you have in place play out. If there's a dispute, the dispute should be made, and then I should have the ability to go, or I'm sorry, if a claim's made, I should have the right to make a dispute and then fight it with an appeal. And if I have to take them to court, I will. But you also need to understand that when someone makes a false claim or under the guise of something other than what it is, If it's a claim against music or material, it should be made in the right way, not under deceptive practices. Because what I know about deceptive practices is that if it is claimed under that, it will immediately kill the stream or remove the content from the internet. And knowing that, you all need to actually go after these people and shut their channels down when they do it. Because otherwise, you are playing favoritism. You're playing it to the individuals that abuse your system, to the companies that abuse your system, to individuals who simply may not like someone or who may have some form of bias against them or jealous of them. All kinds of little situations like that. By killing their streams in the middle of them, by removing their content without any real ability to fight it, or without a real individual sitting and actually looking and reviewing it and making that judgment, you're playing into their hands. But hey, that's all I have to say about this. I'm going to leave it at that. Please go ahead and like the video and hopefully subscribe. Hopefully you actually see this, because hell, for all I know, no one may actually see this video, considering how far down the line I've probably been pushed and possibly slightly shadow banned at the same time. Who knows? Whatever. But if you do, leave your comments, because I really want to hear from you. And I know that I'm not the only one that this happens to, but I feel that it has to be something that needs to be spoken about. But hey, I'm Michelle Tate. Thanks a million for watching. On that note, though, I'm out. Peace.